Clothes mean nothing until someone lives in them. Fashion mogul Marc Jacobs once said this quote, and I feel it relates well to style. Looking at this item, what do we see? For some, it's a hype sneaker 2023. For others, it's just a shoe. For me, I feel both. Whilst it's just a shoe many of us walk in, it is a shoe that has been popularized by the media to the point where most people would have it. Not because it's really comfy or really different, but because it was a good fashion item for the year. Why is that though? Who decides what fashion items are good or bad? These are questions that should arise if you dive deeper. Looking back, 10 years ago, Adidas Sambas weren't as much of a hype shoe as it is today, and that's because there wasn't an upward trend for the shoe to be popular. Trends in fashion have been going hand in hand for years, with magazines in the 70s, celebrities and TV shows in the 90s, and today we have social media making the big push towards fashion trends. The media has always been making moves to get the consumers, us, to buy whatever the hottest thing is for their profits. When has buying items have gotten so complicated? Are we buying these trendy items because we actually love them? Or are we just following a trend? With a majority of people chasing the next big thing that the fashion industry releases to us, we never really stop to think about how harmful this can be to us. Because we're wasting money on an item that after 1 or 2 years will eventually go out of trend and may just sit in our closets, get donated, or worse, end up in a landfill. It's the dark side of materialism and has been the cause of too much waste in our society. And I know what you're thinking right now. Oh, it's another TED Talk about fast fashion or clothing in landfills. But that's not my point here. Instead, I'm here to remind us to step back and pause before jumping on the next popular trend. And to urge you to find your own style that uniquely expresses yourself. Let's take a look outside of our Western society and see how other parts of the world view fashion. A great example is one of the forefront countries for innovating fashion, Japan. Yet a conservative society, with its approach to life, we see fashion flourish within a resistance to the standard society driven by outliers. Japanese fashion culture is known for its minimalist style, featuring clean lines, neutral colors, and timeless designs. This approach creates balance and harmony in one's wardrobe, allowing for individual pieces to stand out and be appreciated. Japanese fashion promotes experimentation and individuality by embracing diversity and cultural exchange, creating a truly global perspective that is inclusive and dynamic for all styles. In addition, Japanese fashion places a strong emphasis on quality and workmanship, ensuring clothing will look and feel its best for years. This contrasts with the cheap, low-quality, fast fashion designs seen often in our Western world. Westerners can learn a great deal from Japanese resistance fashion and style, including its minimalistic approach, attention to quality, trading of tradition, and innovative use of technology. By incorporating these lessons into their own fashion choices, Westerners can create a cohesive and meaningful style that is beautiful and sustainable without an agenda. Now I want you to close your eyes and imagine how different and diverse our world would be if there wasn't a clothing piece or a clothing trend that you had to be a part of to have good style. Cultural exchange and different styles were respected by everyone. By not allowing the many forms of media to take over your view, and by appreciating all forms of fashion, from clothing to shoes to jewelry to anything, your worldview is completely open. Trying out different styles, mixing different pieces, and eventually making your own style to represent who you are. The possibilities are endless. Being here today in this preppy top, you probably think that I'm going golfing after this, or I'm trying really hard to look professional. But if I just change this top off and put this sweater on, what do you think now? I'm casually dressed and I'm not trying too hard in my outfit. This in turn shows the importance of outlook and expressionism within clothing, showing how what you wear can alter how you're perceived. Ever since I was 5 years old, my dad always told me, how you present yourself to the world represents how the world would view you. I knew from then on what I wore was important, not only for me to represent myself through my clothing, but to represent the people who helped build the character and person I am. Some people have style and some don't, but almost everybody wants it. Instead of chasing that next celebrity or influencer style, you should build up your own. Collect a garden of clothing pieces to build up a sustainable wardrobe that fits who you are and makes you feel confident in. This is the secret to style. This doesn't happen in an instant. Your fashion evolves with you, with time. In conclusion, fashion and style should be fun. It should represent you, who you are. What do you like? How do you step into the world? But most especially, how you step out of the world. This is an idea worth sharing. Thank you.